Hi, everyone. I'm here in the church, and it's empty, which is the way it's been for the last few weeks with the social isolation and all the stay-at-home orders because of the pandemic. We've had an empty building for a little while, and it's a little lonely. Of course, I miss everybody, and it's much better when it's full of people and we're all here worshiping God together and being together. But such it is. That's the way it is right now. I just thought I'd take a moment here and just give you a brief video just to talk about this idea of church and what church is all about. What we're used to when we think about church, all the things we're used to is this, right? It's the building that we call a church. It's the assembly that we call going to church, and and we all the stuff that we're so used to that goes around church life. And so, we're not able to do those things right now. And it just kind of reminds me that, well, that's not really what church is. Those are just tools. Those are just things that the church does, things that the church has. But the church is not those things. The church is you and I. It's those of us that know God, that are His people, that we've put our faith in Him, and He's become our Lord, our Father, and we're His family, and we're His people. And that's what the church really is. And so, while it's a little lonely to be in a big empty church building, it's lonely because the church is missing from the building. We're stuck in our homes right now, and so it's important to remember that. Though it's really important in these times when an event like this it's kind of changing the world, and everybody's realizing things are different. It's good in those times to remember what really does matter and what everything really is all about. And so we have the idea of what is the church. And just to sort of talk about, or to remember what that is, let's just consider what the Apostle Peter said in his first letter, 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9 and 10, where he identifies the church and talks about the church. And he uses these sort of four terms. He says that the church is a chosen race. And the idea that the church is this cultural entity that's like a race that's chosen by God, and not just because of who you were born to, but because we were born spiritually to God. And so we're this chosen race, this family, this group of people that are connected by the new birth that's in us. Where he says that we're a royal priesthood, and this idea that the King of all creation has selected us to be His representatives and to share His gospel and to be intercessors between humanity and God and the rest of creation and God. Or he uses the term a holy nation, and this idea of the citizenship we hold, which we all have citizenship somewhere on earth, but that truly we hold even more deeply a citizenship in heaven, a citizenship with God that defines us much, much deeper than the citizenships of the world, and that we're a people. He uses the phrase, we're a people of God's own possession. It's a personal thing. It's like that God Himself has claimed us as His own. And that's what it is to be the church. It's the people that fit these descriptions that Peter talks about. That's church. It's not just the building. It's not the gathering, although those things are all wonderful and awesome. Can't wait to have them again. But that's what we are. And then he goes on in that verse to say that we this people, this group, we are the ones that have been chosen by God to proclaim His excellencies, or proclaim the excellencies of Him who called us out of darkness into His glorious light. And there's this wonderful truth that the church is like a light in the world, that we're meant to be this beacon, a light, a testimony, a witness, proclaimers in the world of the excellencies of the one who called us to make us a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people of God's own possession. That's what the church is. It's you and I. And so, even though I sit here in this big empty church building, missing our church services, what I really miss most is just being with God's people. And I look forward to the day we can be together in person again. But even though that's not possible right now, let's all remember who the church is. And not what the church is, but who the church is. And if things change and the world is different going forward, and all the things that we used to have as church are not as doable as they used to be, if that happens, we still continue to be the church, and we still continue to proclaim the excellencies of the one who called us out of darkness into His glorious light. God bless you all. Hope you're having a great week. Look forward to seeing you on the weekend in our online service. God bless.